Hello everyone, welcome to this Fortnite storyline video. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I'm using the voice changers that way so you guys won't be able to tell, but I'm just feeling under the weather, so I'm just gonna make a little bit of a theory video. And it's also because I've noticed some things that other people seem to have just completely not noticed, or just assumed that it wasn't important, but actually it probably is. So first thing I want to talk about is regarding the live event. First I want to see, because I just updated the game. Apparently Winterfest from Chapter 2 Season 1 is supposed to come back, so I want to see if it did indeed come back. Delta 1 quests. Earn rewards by completing them. Let's see what the heck those are. In creative mode. Whoops. Anyways. Back to what I was saying as soon as I hit that. Alright, what the heck does this do? Oh, it's just first spray. Looks like Winterfest has not come. I guess it could theoretically come later in the season, or yeah, later on, like maybe next week or something. I don't know, but I assume since we're 15 days away, 15 days of Winterfest will pop up. Who knows? It could just not pop up at all, but I don't think that'll happen. Anyways, back to the storyline. So the first thing I wanted to mention that a lot of people just seem to have not noticed was when the Foundation pulled off his helmet, Dr. Sloan recognized him personally. A lot of people seem to just go, huh. She's like, it's the Foundation, a leader of the Seven. But no, she knows who the Foundation is. So that makes me think two theories. Either one, the Foundation and Dr. Sloan have a history, or, much more likely, the Foundation was originally a member of the Imagined Order, perhaps even the founder of the Imagined Order. Because think about it, in the Batman Foundation comic, he states that he's been studying the Omniverse for longer than Batman's been alive. That makes me theorize that the Foundation was initially, perhaps even the founder of the Imagined Order. Or at the very least, a former high-ranking employee. He has grudges, something that we've seen the Imagined Order has a huge issue with, or he holds grudges, something that Dr. Sloan does. Theoretically, Jenna would do it. You see, the Imagined Order definitely holds grudges. What else? There's other evidence as well. Apart from the fact that, if you think about it, the Seven's runes are highly similar to what you see the Imagined Order has, like, these runic symbols, right? Same thing with the Seven, almost kind of like a copycat. We know that members of the Seven don't exactly trust each other, work together, whatever. And according to leakers, the Seven are the Sisters, the Origin, the Scientist, the Foundation, the Visitor, and Paradigm. And he talks to the Sisters about John Jones. Because the history of the Seven is so intertwined with the history of the Imagined Order, it's possible that the Sisters simply switched allegiances. So yeah, that's kind of my thought process on that. Another thing that a lot of people aren't really mentioning, okay, I forgot what I was gonna say, whoops. Give me a second here. Oh yeah, another thing that a lot of people aren't really mentioning is the fact that, apparently according to the Foundation, there are things that we don't remember that have happened. And I'm almost wondering if the Fortnite storyline is going to show up with those things. It would actually make sense for that to happen. And also Gino. A lot of people think that Gino is the leader of the Imagined Order. I don't think Gino is the leader of the Imagined Order. I think that Gino is a very high-ranking employee, maybe second or third, but a lot of people seem to think, the image from Chapter 2, Season 7, and I actually have a loading screen that shows it off as well, just let me find it here, also from the same season. A lot of people didn't really talk about this loading screen, which was kind of surprising, because it does have a lot of lore to it. People are, like, super highly focused on one thing, but they're so highly focused on that one thing, they aren't thinking about other things that are popping up. Here we go, Sloan's mission. That man standing there with the dark glasses. That has to be Gino. Or perhaps and I think that he's John Jones' father. I agree with that theory. I think personally person giving Sloane that medal is the leader of the Imagined Order. That's who the big guy is. Because why would the leader of the Imagined Order make themselves a target by putting themselves in direct control of the 0 point? That's just dumb. But yeah, that Sloane's mission poster has lore, especially that top right image where Sloane's getting some kind of medal. Just people aren't really paying attention to it, and it really surprised me because I feel like that's one of the biggest hints I've seen in a while for Fortnite. But yeah, that especially has some pretty decent lore in it. Also, I think not this season. I think that chapter 2 or chapter 3 season 3 or chapter 3 season 5, we're gonna see more about the Fox Clan, because if you think about it, we see them every 5 seasons. We saw Drift in chapter 5, or not chapter 5, season 5. We see them every 5 seasons. We saw Drift in season 5. We saw Calamity in season X, and we saw I forgot her name. She was the up here, I think. No, that's the wrong person. But yeah, we saw Calamity in season 5, and then we saw the final member of the Fox Clan that we've seen so far, V over here, in chapter 2 season 5. And I think their story is far from finished. I think this is probably a pretty large subplot, if not the biggest subplot of the main story, that's going to continue going on slower than even the main story's going, which is saying a lot because the main story is taking forever. Anyways, other theories that I have, PlayStation Grenade mentioned that he thinks Singularity is Paradigm. I initially didn't believe him. However, when you do the scientist's audio logs, he mentions that people don't really trust Paradigm because of what she's done. And I agree with him on that part, that Paradigm could very well be Singularity, because if you remember, Singularity had to use the 0 point in order to defeat the monster that the Ice King brought with them. My big issue with that, though, is that if Singularity had access to the 0 point by joining the Imagined Order, then why didn't she just take that opportunity to isolate them from the 0 point? 7 obviously know more about the 0 point than the Imagined Order do. That would have been the easiest way to do it. I think there's more to the story. I do think Singularity is Paradigm, but I think what she did was she created the mech, and the monster and the Ice King stuff was all done by the Imagined Order as a test for the 7. And she revealed that to see if the 7 knew what they would, to see how much the 7 knew and how far they were willing to go to save the 0 point. When Paradigm took the bait and stopped the monster, she gave away a lot of the 7's advantage, a lot of the advantage that the 7 had, which is why Foundation is so PO'd with her. I also think that this caused the sisters to believe that they were on the wrong side, and perhaps switch sides to the Imagined Order. I also think, personally, that that the Origin, the final name mentioned, isn't so much, how to put this? You got the Foundation, sorry, I'm just looking through this, isn't so much been there from the beginning as either the founder of the 7 who brought the Foundation in, or more likely, the Origin was the first person to discover the truth about the 0 point, and he inadvertently set into motion, or he or she inadvertently set into motion the entire plot of the Fortnite storyline, and is now working to fix their mistake. I think it'd be really funny if Donald Mustard was the Foundation, because we know that The Rock is technically, or not the Foundation, the Origin, because we know The Rock's the Foundation. Pretty sure Singularity is the Paradigm. Don't know about anyone else though. I do have a theory though that the scientist has some kind of, the scientist gives me workout trainer vibes. Perhaps he was, or athlete vibes, I guess is better. I wonder how he joined up. And then the visitor obviously hasn't said any words yet, so we don't really know much about the visitor, even though he was the first member of the 7 that we ever met. So yeah, there is a ton more things to kind of consider and think about in this storyline. I also, another thing, this is what I forgot what I was going to mention earlier. I like the little detail to add Shifty Shafts and Greasy Grove, because remember, the 0 Point reorganized the original Chapter 1 map, and it would make sense for them to have made 2 maps, one on top, one on bottom. So that's why you don't see any of the old POIs like Salty Springs and Retail Row that were on the other map, but you see Chapter 1 POIs like Shifty Shafts and Greasy Grove. Another thing, I noticed that it's no longer the Durburger, but the Taco. If you remember in Season X, Greasy Grove was literally Taco Town. So, cool little additions, great attention to detail, and just adds a little bit more. Also, just some other stuff, not really regarding my predictions and lore. Daily Bugle, I wonder what's going to replace it. And also, I'm kind of surprised that there aren't that many, like, POIs. Because when you think about it, there's only 11 POIs. I guess it's a whole new map, don't get overwhelmed kind of thing, but if I'm not mistaken, Chapter 2, the first season, had a little bit more POIs than this. Also, I like how you have to explore every single POI. You don't have one revealed to you like you did in Chapter 2. Also, really like the fact that they put a northern mountain, which is something that I wanted. Kind of nice. And also they brought back a desert, which is also something I wanted. With beach view. So yeah, kind of nice that they did that. I mean, who knows, maybe they actually watched that video. I don't think so though. Anyways, over here we have the launch pad. Now apparently they're going to get some supplies with the rocket. I'm thinking that might just be the live event for this chapter, or the main theme of this chapter, or not theme, but the main plot of this chapter, because I think Epic's gonna have some kind of plot, maybe small, but something. Because remember, this season is about the same as Chapter 2 Season 1, but Chapter 2 Season 1, there weren't any updates, it was just explore the map. Now we're already getting updates, and I do believe that that this is going to be the main thing. So, Launchpad, there's a quest from the scientist there. I feel like that's going to be the main kind of thing to watch out for. Also, the visitor is there. Also, if you go to the Joneses, you learn that these are Jonesies who have escaped the loop. The scientist does want you to try to track them down and form an alliance with them. These are all snapshots of John Jones. So, I think that's going to be something important as well to watch out for. A couple of important things to watch out for. Also, Winterfest. I get the feeling Winterfest is going to start soon, if it does. Hopefully it does. Because I really enjoy Winterfest. It was really fun last year and the year before. And also, thank you Epic Games for finally fixing the whole dude issue. For those of you guys who don't know, the dude controversy was where basically one guy had a monopoly on supported creator codes, had like several of them, and he was able to put he was able to use those multiple supported creator codes to make a whole bunch of the same variation of maps. So like if you were to go to, not exploration, say 1v1 maps, and you saw like Blue Galaxy Pit, same person doing the same thing. So into death runs, new updates. Chichen Itza Yucatan. Ooh, that looks cool. Mid-level diversity death run. I will play that for February 1st recording. Also, I am aware I have issues with maps codes, like because of the whole versions thing. I'll deal with that. I've just been completely out of creative, except for building that one map. I also plan to get back into building maps. I think that's everything for now. But yeah, I just want to really thank Epic Games. I also like the little touch with the snow in the desert, where it's lightly snowing, not really heavy snow like you see over here. Really nice touch, because it shows that they're actually paying attention to like real world details and stuff, because it normally only snows like an inch at most in the desert. Really appreciate that little touch there. Also, thank you for bringing back Butter Barn. I love it. I haven't quite been inside of Butter Barn, but I didn't want to check it out. That was my go-to drop spot in Chapter 2 Season 5, was Butter Barn. I still have to explore the map before I kind of figure out what POIs I really like and which ones are just a nuisance. Anyways, I think that is it for now. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on the Fortnite storyline, kind of figure out some other stuff that I can put together into this video. I once again want to apologize. I'm currently feeling under the weather, so this video wasn't as good as it might have been. Also, keep an eye out on especially the Foundation and Paradigm, but also keep an eye out on how the IO reacts now that Sloan knows who the Foundation is. Because remember, they know each other, or at least she knows who the Foundation is. Because she didn't shoot the Foundation when he had his mask on, didn't say you when he had his helmet on, but the moment he took his helmet off, the exact moment, it was snap, oh my god, it's you, shoot you to death. Also, I'm curious as to who the Foundation talks about, or the Foundation mentions is. Some people have said it's Paradigm. I don't think so, because remember, they're on horrible terms. So I don't think he would listen to her orders. I think her is either the Origin, because the Origin is the Origin, or it's someone else that we haven't learned about yet. But that was definitely a little bit of a name drop. And also, gotta admit, really like the whole John Jones storyline. Can't wait to see what happens with him. My curiosity is, what is his ultimate fate? Because John Jones definitely has some kind of role to play, whether it's sacrificing himself, or actually leading the Foundation to Geno, or what. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode tomorrow. Or not next episode, next video tomorrow. Hopefully I'm feeling well enough to do a proper daily recording. If not, oh well. Till then.